Welcome to the Text and Rock Show. Ancient story. Better tomorrow. Let's begin.
What? Okay, so
Yeah.
I thought we'd continue our theme of the necessity of systemic overturn and the cluster bomb that is the modern world and ecological disaster, because we're here to make you happy.
What?
No, I have a sweet poem I wrote called "Melt It Down," and sometimes, sometimes, well, actually every day, I sit down at my laptop and I write 2 poems in the morning, right? And it's just like a habit. Other times I'm just somewhere and it's there. It's like a vision or a dream. Like I know exactly what I need to say, and it will usually just be 1 or 2 lines, and I'll just like go to work. So I was at like the Moco hot dog bar. I'm serious, near my place, and I forgot what triggered it, but all of a sudden I had like a line of this thing, and
Yeah.
I was like, huh.
Yeah.
And I just ripped it off like with a pen in a notepad, and
It
it showed
just-
up. It showed up in Historian DeLorean like a year later. So I don't know,
Awesome.
which is wild. Like it's just that's the process.
Yeah.
Sometimes you like. I'll say one more thing about that, just because I know a lot of people that actually track our stuff are artists. Like we kind of draw people like ourselves, and sometimes people that can't think out the box kind of leave, and they're like, "Wait, put me back in." So they go somewhere else.
I need a box.
But I've noticed when I sit down in the morning, I tend to write wisdom. Like my poems are more, hey, life's hard, but this is how it can be a little better. This is how you live with virtue.
Yeah.
These are the disciplines you can have that make life better. And I think in some ways I'm like journaling my way towards just being a better person. When I'm like in my going, like, and I get like a clip or a line, that's when I'll just write a face melter.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
or if I have something to say about just how bad it is and just how little anyone's doing about it, it'll happen like just in the process of my day. Like I bet almost 90% of poems about ecology and the like serious problems we have coming start in the middle of the day, just somewhere. Start with a frustration.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a good habit though to get those things out, not keep them in, and not shove them down. So.
Yeah. Also, can I ask you a question and then make a comment?
Yeah, of course.
I know that I don't know how long ago, but you said, this isn't very good, but I had to write it to get it out, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sometimes for me, something I'll feel that way and then come back to it a year or 2 later and it now is hitting on something. Are you finding that with
the seed is there, but you weren't ready to execute it yet.
Yeah.
So it's like you, the kernel or the idea was there, but it wasn't ready to come out as like beautiful.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. There were a whole bunch of stories in the thought bank, but it wasn't ready to be like a masterpiece yet. But the kernel of the idea was there,
Oh, actually, what I'm saying is that you write it and it's not really hitting on what's happening in society, but a year or 2 later.
You're ahead of the curve.
Well, I don't know if that happens accidentally or if life is just crazy enough that if you just keep writing crazy stuff.
It doesn't surprise me. Okay, it doesn't surprise me about you at all because you're so gentle, you love to laugh, you treat people so well, but you're a bit of a prophet like you're angry at the right things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a prophet in biblical literature, people think of prophets as future tellers, and that is just not the case. Hardly ever, and when they write about what will come to pass, it's actually usually a literary art of writing an apocalypse. And then people later try to interpret events through them.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they're wrong lots of times.
Yeah.
But the true act of like an Old Testament prophet is actually to call the people back to what they've lost. Like you were called to be set apart and live a certain way in the world, and you've gone so far from it, and I'm here to tell you that. So you have a healthy dose of that ain't right.
Healthy dose of that ain't right.
Yeah. So it's not surprising to me that like you're ahead of the curve of society. And then I also think that so often artists perceive something, and then later we discover it. We discover it in science. Like think of like Salvador Dali bending time in his paintings.
Oh, right.
And then along comes time space theory, and they're like, but it's later, and it's like the artist had the perception, they were chasing something. Sometimes they don't even know.
They don't even
what.
know. They don't even know.
Actually, I was like sitting with a friend maybe a week ago, and he asked me, so do you have like faith in God? Or are you a nihilist, or like where are you? Because sometimes you seem to be very devout, and other times you seem to be very doubtful. And I was like, yes.
Exactly.
And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, actually, you can believe something in one half of your brain and not believe it in the other half of your brain. It's way more complex than that. And I think that the truest thing is that I'm chasing something. I see this beautiful thing being named across the ribbon of time in this vast body of literature, and I'm chasing it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to name it always, but I'm obsessed with giving it a name.
Right.
So this poem is actually the one I talked about last episode that I ripped off on a notebook at Moco Hot Dog Bar.
Yeah.
We just went in another direction with our discussion, so I just switched the poem.
So you switched, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But this one is about, this one takes less explanation.
Yeah.
Yep. It's called Melt It Down. It goes like this. 14-karat plastic and an ecosystem treated as elastic, stretched to its limit, unceasingly looted. We have entire systems that need to be rebooted. Far as the eye can see, no hope for your family. This consumption assumption is blurring our ability to see how prizing profit is stirring mud black oil and excess heat into the planetary popcorn, undermining Goldilocks conditioned movie night. Well, it's a horror film where you say, I'll be right back, but your grandson is yelling, don't go in there. We are all just wishing for more days under the sun, but the Jason Voorhees you have to unmask and face is that no one is coming to save this place. If you deem yourself an evolutionary human, then the Industrial Revolution put us all in a cage. And if you consider yourself, God help you, a theologian, my suspicion is that your God put this one in your hands. And so damn the man on the deepest level. You can go up the mountain and climb back down, but you have no idea how to run this town. And the steel titanium infrastructure and shiny things, you need to melt it down and elect philosopher kings.
Yeah. I love it.
Do I need to explain that one? I will.
Sure.
I will a little bit.
Let's jump. Yeah.
I will a little bit. This poem reminds me of a trip to like Target, where you go in and you're like, half of this stuff should never have been made. It's not necessary for human life and thriving, and how much oil and water and resources went into producing this crap, right? And so we're producing 14-karat plastic. Like the image is a gold chain actually made of plastic. It's actually cheap. And we're treating our ecosystem as elastic, like it can be stretched and stretched and stretched in what it can produce. When scientists think that we would need 7 Earths to keep up with the consumption habits of the modern world. Yeah,
Wow.
surprise. And so we have to rethink what it looks like to live a meaningful life, and we have to detach it from things.
Yeah.
We have to detach our identities from what we're wearing and what we're driving and how many rooms are in our house. And we actually have to reboot, like, what is the value of human life? Because I wrote, far as the eye can see, there's no hope for your family because we're stirring mud black oil and excess heat into the planetary popcorn. Like, I think we said it an episode or so ago, like, our disaster really is ecological more than anything else.
Right.
And so every 4 years we get riled up to vote over two figureheads over how we're going to spend money. And almost every time the deciding factor is economic. Who do we think will actually make us more secure financially? I don't think it's even that people want to be wealthy. I think it's that they don't want to be afraid of their monthly budget.
Right.
But what's not being asked are the bigger questions about how could we set up human thriving if we really started from zero and planned out a kind of world where everyone belongs and everyone has what they need, but unbelievable excess is just not a thing we do.
Right.
It can't be, right? Scientists also believe there's enough food and water to provide for a human population around 9 or 10 billion people. But we have to really redistribute that in a way that makes sense. And right now, almost all of our systems in the West are set up in such a way that a few people on top own the vast majority of them. And the masses underneath, like, kind of struggle to make it.
Right.
So I think I misquoted something astronomically wrong a while ago, but it's like the top 1% take 45% of the resources in the world, like of the GDP, and everyone else scraps for the remaining 55. And the bottom billion have like nothing. So I mean, the way our systems have distributed resources is not only cruel, but it's not sustainable for the vitality of our planet, and we know it. We just do. And so, yeah. Then I give a few metaphors for it, and I talk about the fundamental problem being that the industrial age was great for alleviating human suffering and providing things that people needed to more people, but it also put us in a cage because of what it fundamentally did to our environment. And so we not only need systemic change, but we need scientific advancement to produce things cleanly. The good news is that the market does that a little bit. Like we are getting there. It's becoming more profitable to make things cleanly than it is to, crop top a mountain and burn coal for the stuff we're consuming. So I mean, it's getting more feasible. It's not impossible. And then I go after one of the most frustrating things to me about the way we've held Christianity in the West as viewing history as something that will ultimately be ending and overturned and everything will be made right, as opposed to I think whatever God is put this world in our hands and we make or break it. I don't think that. I think the second that your religion becomes apocalyptic, so that your hope is in a great overturning of reality, you relieve yourself of the responsibility of reality.
Yes.
And it's actually really dangerous. It's honestly in Christianity like when a person will say, well, I'm really broken. And that's good. It's good to have a humility before God, but sometimes saying you're broken prevents you from actually, trying and growing and taking virtue seriously and asking what parts of your character don't align with the virtues you espouse It's way easier to just say, well, I'm broken, but Jesus was good. I think the human Jewish sage in the first century would be a lot more concerned with you learning to bear good fruit. He has actually a buckshot of parables about the difference between a good person and a bad person being the fruit they bear, and good fruit means ethical action that's appropriate in the ancient world. You can read the same metaphor in Seneca or Cicero or Epictetus, and the idea is the fruit of your life is either ethically good or ethically bad. Good fruit, bad fruit, right? And so I think the human Jesus would be much more concerned with you orienting your life in such a way that you are just, that you love your neighbor, that you're learning to forgive because whatever God is forgives you, and that actually growing in your faith is moral sweat. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moral sweat.
So the idea is, I think we actually have a job to do, and it's to take care of this planet, not to wait to escape it. That's silly to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it just concludes that all of the arguments we're having over the types of people that we ought to vote for to fix the economy fall short of the idea that you should actually maybe start by electing good people. Like, elect a philosopher king that can't be bought and will do the right thing, and they might start making choices that make life better for everyone.
There you go.
Cool?
Yeah.
Did we fix everything?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Did
Yeah.
we? All right. Let's see what happens.
All right. Keep that. Good. 14-karat plastic and an ecosystem treated as elastic, stretched to its limit, unceasingly looted. We have entire systems that need to be rebooted. Far as the eye can see, no hope for your family. This assumption of consumption is blurring our ability to see how prizing profit is stirring mud black oil and excess heat into the planetary popcorn, undermining Goldilocks condition movie night. Well, it's a horror film where you say, "I'll be right back," but your grandson is yelling, "Don't go in there!" We are all just wishing for more days under the sun, but the Jason Voorhees you have to unmask and face is that no one is coming to save this place. If you deem yourself a member of the evolutionary human race, then the industrial age put us all in a cage. And if you consider yourself, God help you, a theologian, my suspicion is that your God put this one in your hands. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Cool. And you know, I'm going to throw this out here. When dealing with your friends, people, whatever, especially if they're, you know, kind of important to you, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think we need to step back a little bit to see if whatever is happening that we're dealing with, like if we have a situation, is this going to be important a month from now, a year from now,
Yeah.
3 years from now, 10 years from now? Is it really that important, whatever we're disagreeing about or whatever? Can we maybe mellow that out a little bit and give each other
Yeah.
a chance, you know?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I think many times it's more important to honor someone than to be right.
Yeah. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But
right.
I actually, like 3 months ago, met with this kid that started making hip hop, and he had come across Texas rock, and he just wanted to meet and like ask me some questions.
Yeah.
And I told him my production as an artist is very, very different than my like demeanor with people day to day. Like sometimes I'm gonna write a rager that's gonna make you rethink stuff. And that's the goal of the artist, is to show up sometimes with just a torch and set it all on fire. Other times it's to set wisdom in front of you and say, well, you have a choice who to be, right? But in your dealing with people day to day, it's very, very good to step back and ask, is this a situation where I need to honor this person, or is this a situation where I need to convince this person? It's very, very difficult to change someone else. In fact, you probably won't. Very, very rarely does someone change from some kind of conversation or debate with you. They change with living life with you over time and seeing that you're doing things differently and then wondering why. You know? Yeah. That's a great point.
Absolutely.
That's really good that you said that.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Cool.
Cool. Well, everyone, we'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in.
Be good to each other.
Cool. I like that things just appear in different places. Like there's so many things in your studio, but then like where did that blue-green dragon come from? I haven't even seen that one before. Is that one new?
Newish. One of my students, T, hey T, if you're watching, he brought it from China.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Eric, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Before we rip into this banger of a poem,
Okay.
tell me about your obsession with dragons. I've never had a friend who loves dragons so much.
Well, let's see. Simple answer, short answer.
Okay.
After I had done the gator thing, because I was with Kevin BF Bird in the Instigators, so I had gators.
I see.
Yeah, and then as we're moving on, evolving, I needed another apex predator kind of thing, right? And I came upon the story where unicorns used to rule the world, and they're not nice like we have written in the cartoons and stories. They were mean, and the dragons freed us from the evil tyranny of the unicorn.
Where did you come across this story?
I made it up. Most of my stories, most of the things
They're
I
so
say.
wild. Eric's other drum set too. Like we have one for Texan Rock that has like our skull logo on it, and then Eric's other drum set has like a gator smoking a cigar, and that's the one that my son played a live set on.
Oh yeah,
It was like Otto and this giant cigar gator. That's all you could see.
Oh man, he was 4? Oh my gosh.
Yep. So Otto and I went to Eric's show with Kevin Burt and the Instigators, and Eric called Otto up to play a concert and a song, and he played Peggy Sue with him, and he was mostly on rhythm. But I'll never forget, like years later, I was like, Otto, if you keep practicing your drums, you could be in a band like Eric. And he said, I already was in a band with Eric.
I've done that. That's so last year, Dad.
He used to do that with swimming too. He would be like, I've already done swimming lessons. I'm like, we keep going because you would drown if you were in a pool. Like, just because you did swimming lessons doesn't mean you know how to swim. What?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I miss those days when he was young and
Oh, I know.
just full of
Do you want to hear something wild?
wonder. What's that?
On May 22nd, he turned 13. I have a teenager.
Oh my gosh.
No, how old am I, man? That's terrible.
Yeah.
I feel like really young. Like I've never felt my age like
Like,
past 30. It's never like felt real
Felt,
to me. You know.
yeah.
But when you say you have a teenager, Mark, that's
Then that's it's,
pretty wild. Pretty wild.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.